The internals on an upholstered piece is important historically. When I opened them, the tacking margins had been completely peppered. They couldn't be tacked in again. It became clear that there was going to be massive structural work to be done because it couldn't be reupholstered without that. You could actually see stratas of materials that belong to specific time frames and specific regions. I found a lot of core, the fiber that goes around coconut shells, and a lot of horsehair was also inside. The motifs that were chosen are really interesting. I think they're fertility pieces. All of the pediments have pineapple and they have the chestnut on top. The pieces were finely crafted. The joinery was great. As I uncovered, I began to notice peculiarities. The idea of the homicide or death that took place on this chair is compelling. There is something that is more valuable than the actual murder. Through the soft stuffings appeared more intense colors until we came down to the pod. There was accretion of an iron-like substance that had stained the interior of the frame. Around the extremity of the pod was this accretion. Even in a second generation Hessian that covered the springs, there was this accretion of material. This is 2 generations of webbing that came off. Clearly there was liquid that ran through. I was able to draw in the transits of the webbings and each level of tacking. This little piece of webbing rendered a great deal of information. It has kind of a reddish burgundy stripe. It's definitely not 20th century. The deal that sealed it was this point here. There is a slight bulky line of glue underneath. A blow to the arm here would probably blow out the front of the arm, seems to me. And yet we have this piece here that was split out. An event that would cause death would have to hit a major artery. This is not like a hemorrhage from a person's body or from a wound. This was a massive loss of blood. Someone had sat in this chair without being disturbed for some time because the clear liquids in the body wicked up. So the heavier liquids, red blood, down this way. As we find a lab that can analyze this, perhaps we'll have some DNA there too, and we'll be able to tell a little bit more about what happened.